Is the Obama administration on a quiet campaign to halt the death penalty across the country? Well, that's what some defenders of capital punishment are saying, as several states are having a key drug used in lethal injections seized by the Drug Enforcement Administration.
Joining us live to talk more about this are death penalty supporter Dudley Sharp and anti-death penalty activist Gloria Rubac. Ms. Rubac, let's start with you. I know that you are opposed to the death penalty, but is this really the way to go about it with the Justice Department stepping in this way?
Actually, I don't think that the Justice Department is trying to stop the death penalty with this. They seized drugs because there was questionable sources, but the overriding issue is that there is a new drug available. It's been used in Ohio, Oklahoma, and Texas. So the answer is no. And I think if they really wanted to look at the death penalty, they should look at the fact that so many innocent people are being found on death row and being exonerated.
Dudley Sharp, what do you think about this?
Well, it's curious why they're doing this. Number one, the same issues concerning these drugs were in a case brought to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court dismissed it, and an inmate in Georgia was executed based on these same concerns. The Supreme Court said, no, we're not going to do this. Even though that happened, the Justice Department stepped in. I'm not exactly sure why. It's interesting that the same lawyers tried to go to the Food and Drug Administration to stop the use of this drug, and the Food and Drug Administration refused to intervene, and this same Justice Department is on the side of the FDA in another suit by inmates. So the Justice Department's taking both sides of this exact issue.
Now, Mr. Sharp, would you have any trouble with a delay, though, just to make sure that the process has been followed properly? Because, after all, a death penalty is a pretty final judgment.
Well, yes, I know, but the idea that the source of the drug is the problem, as Gloria said, Archimedes Pharma was the source of the drugs that were seized. It's a major international pharmaceutical corporation, not to mention, in every case that I've found out, the states test it before they use every supply. And the country that got the state that got the largest supply of sodium thiopidol from a new foreign source is Nebraska, and they haven't seized the drug in Nebraska.
We appreciate you all taking the time out to talk to us today. Once again, anti-death penalty activist Gloria Rubac and pro-death penalty supporter Dudley Sharp.